Hi guys, so I've been meaning to film this for a while. I wanted to do it at the end of March, but it's now at the end of April. But I just wanted to do a review of my first quarter in my Archer and Olive bullet journal. I typically do not bullet journal. I love journaling in general, but as far as planning goes, I typically have a dated planner like the Erin Condren. I think has been what I've used probably for the last, oh my goodness, probably 10 years. But I have all these amazing journals that I purchased from Archer and Olive, and I wanted to kind of give it a shot and see if that kind of creativity and flexibility was something that worked for me. One caveat to this video is that I tried in vain to rig my webcam up, and also I've tried to use a tripod to hold my phone, and I just could not get the right angle, so I am holding the phone with my hand. So I apologize ahead of time if this is not the best quality. If I make this a consistent habit, which is my goal, I will invest in a more suitable setup. And if you have any tips and tricks for that, please let me know in the comments. Here's Vila, she wants to help. If you have cats, you know. All right. So this is my journal here, what it looks like. All right, so this is January 2026. Hi, sweetheart. I guess we're gonna have an assistant here. Hey, baby. All right. So this was my first attempt. I kind of a monthly overview. The glue that I used for this did not stick very well. I tried to rectify it with washi tape, and that also did not work. I kind of abandoned this layout pretty quickly because figuring out these squares was not easy, even though once you do it, it's the same for every page. But I had anything important down here, and then my goals. This I actually saw somebody do on Pinterest, but I don't really think that it worked particularly great for me, just because, you know, it's hard for me to kind of, like, why would I write down distraction? You know, I don't know that it worked for me. These, I did my New Year's cleaning list and then my New Year's resolution. I did the 13 intentions practice for Yule to New Year's, and then this was the one that I pulled out at the end. So this is my primary 2026 goal. And these are things, a lot of these I do already, but I wanted to kind of maintain. And they're also things that definitely fall by the wayside when life gets busy, as I'm sure a lot of people can relate. I'm doing pretty good on my routines, my step goal, my water goal. I'm doing terrible on my no-buy. That's probably my biggest struggle. So any tips for that, please let me know. I'm doing great on my reading goal. I'm on book 19. I did start a YouTube channel. I've been very sketchy with streaming. I need to get better at that. And I have not worked on my GitHub portfolio yet. So this was the layout I started with here. These are some cute stickers that actually came with an order I got off Etsy. I can't remember what it was though. And then this is Archer and Olive washi tape. And then for the next week, I tried a vertical layout because I was pretty inspired by a lot of the Hobonichi cousin layouts from like the Coffee Monsters Co. So I wanted to try that. All these stickers and washi tape are all from Archer and Olive, but I started tracking, my mood, my steps, that sort of thing down here. And then I kind of kept with the same kind of layout here. Let's see. And I did, this was, I felt like no matter what pen I used, it smeared, so I started coloring around it. But yeah, I don't know, I tried some more bright colors. It's funny because I typically really like my handwriting, but I feel like when I started writing everything myself, I started hating my handwriting. I don't know if anybody can relate to that. But I did actually get sick this week, which is really unusual for me. But that's okay. It was that time of year. And I kept with this kind of vertical layout for quite a while here. And then I was like, let's try horizontal. And I ended up sticking with the horizontal layout for the rest of where we're at. I do think that I like that better, and then putting down some major things that I need to do this week in the last box here. Then when I did March's layout, I tried this brain dump mental inventory page, and I never used it. I like it in theory. I just, once I'm past this page, I don't typically go back to it. So I may need to find, perhaps a different method here. But I kind of kept on with that same kind of format. I moved my washi tape up to the top here. Again, all of these stickers and washi tape are Archer and Olive. Many of them are a Halloween collection, because that's just typically the aesthetic that I favor. So all of this, and then I missed a page, my bad, everybody. Again, I did the same thing for April with this mental inventory. I tried my hand at drawing. I'm not great at it, but that's okay. And then I never used it. But as you can see, I stuck with the layout. It's definitely working really well for me, I think. I do like it. I have been having, the section here for things that are happening this week, and then some goals. I am sometimes bad at filling everything out. I will typically retroactively kind of go back and fill those out, just so that when I look at these in the future, I can kind of see what was going on. That's one of the reasons I do this. I do typically keep all my planners and notebooks. They kind of function almost as a journal, I would say. It's kind of nice to see where things were going, what I was doing, how I was feeling, things of that nature. And then we've arrived this week here. I don't know, it's been a very weird, very busy week, but and here is where we're at. Again, I've been missing a lot of stuff. The weather's been cold and rainy, which is actually pretty unique for where I live. I'm not mad about it, but it's definitely making me feel kind of lazy and cozy and not very motivated. I've also been super busy at work. Our sales operations manager is retiring. Today's actually her last day, so there was a lot of things we needed to cover to make sure that everything was handled before she left. All right, and then in the back here, I have my 2026 training plan. It kind of fell out, but that's okay. I've been fairly good at sticking to this. I did hurt my knee on Tuesday, I believe. Maybe it was Monday, somewhere around there. No real pain, just it feels tight, so I have not been doing any running or Stairmaster until that starts to feel better. And then this is my 2026 reading log so far. I did finish one more book after this one. I have not logged yet. It was Caretaker, which was absolutely excellent. Just it's in the same Universe as We Used to Live Here, which was definitely a 5-star read for me in February. So I was really happy when the next book was released. It was everything I hoped it would be. So that is all we have for now. Thank you so much for watching. And if anybody has any kind of, bullet journaling ideas or shops that you like, decor ideas, layouts, drop them in the comments below. I'd love to chat about it. Journaling vlogs are some of my favorite content to watch. So hopefully I will get better at this. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.